The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 387 of your daily deck review. And for the first time on the channel, we are taking a look at a mini deck, and it is the Blue Bicycle Rider Back playing cards. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. But before we start, here are the Blue Bicycle mini rider backs here. And they're still fully sealed in that cellophane. So, let's crack that. I don't think there's a pull tab on here. So we're just gonna have to find some kind of little tab to pull, like, crack open. Well, that took longer than expected to get that off, but here we have them in the standard glossy finish tuck box. And it's pretty much an identical, like almost an identical box, except it has like French and English on the tuck box here in the front. And if you want to compare it to the other side to see how small they are, so here's a regular bicycle rider back in blue here, and you can tell it's a little bit lightly taller than half of this, like regular size, but it is half the size of an actual bicycle deck here. It's half the size, but the fronts look pretty much the same, other than it has a little French there, like I mentioned there. And then on the side it says bicyclecards.com, and the other one does not say that. It says the United States Printing Company there. But then the other side also says bicyclecards.com, so both of them just say that. And then on the bottom we got a barcode and the corporate information. No, barcode and the recycling logo. And then you got a barcode on this one, but then you have the corporate information there and a recycling logo. It's a little bit too small, but all that print. But then on the back is where you have the back design and a little bit of the corporate information. And these are from 2017. And on the back, you just have the back design here, just because the corporate information is down there. We have it in French and English there. And on this deck, there is no seal there. And on the top, it says a mini there, so you know it's the mini deck. And on the top of this one, it says poker, because it's the poker size. So we'll just crack that open with the little mini, like, thumb kind of grip there. It's a little bit harder to... It's the first time opening them, so they're a little bit on the stiffer side. So I'll be right back when they're open. Okay, now we're back after opening that. That took a really long time. The mini decks are extremely hard to open for some reason. So you almost need a little tab to put something underneath and, like, push it up, because trying to grip it like that, like this, it did not work because I was just going to destroy the box. But now we have it open. On the tuck flap, you can see more corporate information there. The inner tuck flap, just that kind of white gloss. And now if we take the cards out of the box, on the inside of the tuck box, it's just plain white, nothing too crazy or fancy going on inside there. I probably shouldn't even put the tab down. I'm not even going to fully put down, because I'll never get it back open. So we'll just put the tuck box over there. Now time to take a look at the cards. And here we have the back design here. It's the standard bicycle back design with the standard white border in that blue and white colorway. And you got the rider back design there. Classic, just in the mini style. And the type of card is not like the air cushion, standard air cushion finish for some reason. I don't know why they couldn't make the, like, mini ones air cushion finish. It's more like you can definitely tell it's, like, more shiny if I put in the light. You can definitely see the light reflecting. It's more like a plastic coated kind of style, which is kind of different. Wasn't expecting that. But you got that there, and it is mirrored, so if you flip it over, same design in both directions there. This is that classic bicycle back design. Now for the cards, you got the standard bicycle Joker there. It says US, US, Joker there in the black and white. And the second one is probably the colored one. Yep. And then you got that custom, the standard bicycle Ace of Spades, which has bicycle 808, the United States Playing Card Company there, and the big spade there. And then the rest of the cards we've all seen before, they're just standard. There. You got the Jack, Queen, King of Spades, fully standard. The diamonds are also standard, so this is pretty much a standard bicycle deck, just shrunken down into mini form. And it's definitely that plastic kind of coating. There, so the air could finish. There, so you got two jokers, no little extra cards, no like add cards or anything in this. But now that we took a look at the cards, because they're just that's standard. Now test the handling. Now we all know how these are probably going to handle. But first we'll start with the springs. And I guess we're done the springs because you cannot even bend these. These are so stiff. Not because they're like the plastic coated kind of, it's just because they're so small. You have like less surface area to like grip onto. So it's like super thick. You can't even like bend them. It's almost like slightly thicker than this. It's almost thicker than this, but it's still like pretty much the same thickness as a regular bicycle deck. There. So can you like bend these at all? So we can move right on to the fans because they're still fan. There. They don't fan like the best. They would probably fan a little bit better if they weren't like the plastic coating and they were that air cushion finish. Yeah, but they do still fan though. Just not the best. There. Because they do clump a little bit. Like you can still get some good fans. There. You can see some of the numbers and some of the pips. They definitely do clump. So there's a little bit of stickiness. Clumping to the cards. Now we'll try a Pharaoh. And yep, they won't even fail one bit. So we'll try the reverse Pharaoh. And nope, they don't even reverse Pharaoh at all. Maybe a little bit, but you're gonna have to like push them together. And the edges almost feel slightly more cardboardy, just because it's more like a plastic coated cardboard kind of card there. So I guess we'll try the Wiffle Shuffle and Bridge Shuffle now. And kind of, they don't really like riffle too much. So you kind of just have to like drop them into place, kind of. They kind of riffle, but not like the best. And they definitely don't bridge at all, because they're so like a thick of a deck. Like the cards are kind of thick when they're all stacked up. Like you can get a little bit of a riffle. That was slightly better, but still, they don't really riffle shuffle or bridge shuffle either. Now for a few little packet cuts. Like they can packet cut, as you can see here. It's a little bit small to grip onto. So it's a little bit harder, but they still packet cut though. You do still do some moves. But this is more like a novelty deck or like a collector deck just to have on your shelf for a little display or just like to talk about when people come over or something. But they can still do a few packet cuts, but definitely not like everything. I can do some stuff still. We can do a mini worm if that would work. Oh yeah, we got a little mini worm other than me dropping a few cards. So let me just lightly pick those up. 1 second. Can pick those up. So they do packet cut kind of, because you can get definitely do like standard like packet cuts and stuff, and some stuff. Well, it's a little bit harder to grip onto, but they still lightly work. And now do the one-handed cut or Charlier cut. And they definitely still one-hand cut or Charlier cut. But like I say, just a little bit hard to grip onto. But they definitely still work. Just not as smoothly. And my fingers kind of get in the way sometimes. Yeah, they still definitely work. And now time for the dribble. They definitely still slightly dribble. Well, half the deck dribbles. Well, they still dribble, not like perfectly or anything, but compared to some of the stuff that this deck can't do, this is one of the better things it can do. And now for that spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. What I gotta say, first of all, I really love mini decks. There, so this is pretty fun to review here. And it's a bicycle rider back, so a nice classic design there for our first mini deck review there. And I was expecting the kind of like the finish of the cards to be like air cushion finish or some kind of like slightly better than kind of like almost like a little plastic coating kind of cardboard papery deck there. So, but other than that, it's pretty fantastic. Obviously, you can't do like any like shuffling whatsoever, like anything. You kind of can do a little bit of like packet cuts, and you can slightly fan them. Dribbling lightly works and stuff like that. But overall, you're not going to really use these for card games or shuffling or anything like that. It's more like a novelty deck, like I mentioned there, and it's a little conversation piece to have on your shelf there. And I like collecting any kind of mini deck I can find out there. I do have some mini decks in my collection that we'll review sometime in the future that are actual like an actual like stock finish to them instead of like this kind of like more cardboardy paper. I do have a bunch of cardboard paper generic kind of ones, but I have some actual like official kind of like not cardboardy kind of decks. The ones that actually have like some kind of stock and finish to it. So in the future, I'll review those. If you know what they are, you know what they are. If you're there, but here we have that. So overall, fantastic design because it's just a bicycle rider back kind of like design is shrunken down there. So even the faces are standard as well. We all know that. And then for the handling, yeah, these do not handle that well at all. They can do some things, but not like they can't do them perfectly. But they can still do some things. But overall, like I say, the only good thing about it is the mini size is kind of fun to have and hold in your hand. And it's that classic bicycle deck or design there in that blue colorway. So, I guess, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. And this has been day 387 of a daily deck review. This has been the mini bicycle rider backs in the blue colorway. And I'm the Canadian Card Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!